Hello, my name is John Bessire, and welcome to the TV show John's World. And today, this is Labor Day weekend 2004. We're at Siliconventions, which is a science fiction and fantasy show. It's also a fundraiser for juvenile diabetes. And the Siliconventions website is www.siliconconventions.com. And I hope you enjoy the show. I'm at the Siliconventions dealer room talking to Mike and Shelley. Mike is wearing a suit of armor, and Shelley's going to explain about what the armor is and how the knights wore it.
Yeah, this is a medieval chainmail. It was made in medieval times, generally from just past the Roman era up through the time they started bringing in the plate, the heavy plate that you guys used to see. It was mainly used to prevent against slashing weapons or and thin things, basically a very thin knife to get through, but a sword would have a very hard time penetrating. This particular suit was made by a friend of ours. It was made out of galvanized wire, wound off. He cut each link separately, then sat and wove it all together. It's sort of like knitting. It's time-consuming but not difficult. And it's edged in copper. The suit took about 4 to 6 months of work to make. And it probably weighs, what do you say, about 40, 45 pounds?
Yeah, between 40 and 60.
And it goes almost down to the knees. It's got a slit here so you can move your legs easily.
Oh, this is Terry, and he's going to talk about the swords he has on display.
Chinese war sword, which is my favorite. They, like I say, they are battle-ready swords. In the days of Mongol, when Genghis Khan was running around, this was one of his favorite swords. When he broke this sword, then it became the staff that everybody got to see later on.
During the 1200s, 1300s, unless you were of a chivalric order or rank, you could not carry a two-handed sword. If you were caught with a two-handed sword, you could be executed unless you were of chivalric rank. So, what do you give the guys that are not quite chivalric rank? Shorter swords, these nice standard. The standard broadsword is about this big at that point in time, weighs about 2/3 of what this thing does. Or what you do is you cheat. You give them this big sword that if they need to, they can whack on with two hands. But, it's not two-handed. You don't have room for both hands spread apart.
That has to be two-handed.
This is a two-handed sword.
I don't think anybody can handle that.
By-handed. You cannot. D&D, they talk about if you have that 1800, that 1850 or greater strength, you can use a two-handed weapon one-handed. I don't care who you are. Conan the Barbarian, anybody. The main problem with that is, if you would, push down on the point. Oh! You saw how little he used and how much I was straining.
And you're probably stronger than he is.
Do again, push down on the point. Huh?
Better?
So you can only really use one of these two. Okay? Think about this, instead of being this long, being 18 feet long. And literally, it's not going any farther back there. I'm holding on to the end of it. And this being a pole arm is not springy. The pike is made out of a wood that will bend. So you find where the bend is, and you make sure that the bend is, that you're holding it opposite the bend. so it doesn't want to bend.
So it bends up.
So it'll bend up against the grain. And you've got 18 feet of that. There's this guy behind me,
With another one.
that's another one, behind him with another one. Now, the guys behind, after about the 5th rank, their pikes don't reach. So their pikes are carried for about the first 5 or 6 ranks, they're carried at port, which is up at a 45-degree angle. The rest of them are all going to have them at order, which is straight up and down. But I'm not just going like this. Let me borrow you for a second. Come around back here. Okay, you're behind me. Get like this, like I am, but not that far back. Get close, because you know what happens? I'm starting to get close to the enemy, and I don't want to go. But I've got 99 guys like him. Keep on coming closer. Coming closer. Coming closer. No, push me. Oh, push you. I get pushed.
Oh, push me.
It's called the push of Pike for a reason. You've got 100 guys behind you, or 99 guys behind you, all going, move, move. Of course, there's 100 guys behind the enemy, all going, move, move, the other direction. They stay together in a group.
Yeah.
That cavalry ain't going to come near. Among other things, put the pike down on the ground. Step on the butt. Come down with this hand here, this hand here.
For a charge, when they're charging.
Right. And you're putting weight on the back of that. I can't hear because it's on concrete and it will slide around.
Yeah.
You're putting weight on that.
Even if they hit arm.
And the point, note that this is the angle here. If I were holding a pike, I'd be down about there. You want the point chest high on a man. Because chest high on a man is chest high on a horse. And horses aren't stupid. They see a bunch of sharp, pointy objects.
They don't want to.
They don't want to go there. Then we add the latest invention onto the battlefield, the Matchlock Arquebus. And now you have to have armor which is good against bashing. Oh, we forgot the pikes. The pikes also, you have to have armor that's fluted and stuff for the pikes so that the stuff will slip off, which creates little ridges, which if I hit you on the top of the ridge with a piercing arrow, will tend to go straight through because that's a weakened spot with the armor. But now you have to have that, your armor, stopping something coming out of this thing at a few hundred feet per second with that much weight and that much impact. And all of a sudden your armor can't do the job. It just can't. You can't build truly effective armor that will stop everything. This guy's a fun little thing, Matchlock Arquebus.